We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to another edition of On the Road with the MTA. I'm Jay Gibbons alongside with Stephanie Kay from the MTA, who's wearing a really cool snowflake sweater today.
Oh my gosh, you have to. It's so cold out there.
I know, it's
frigid
nice.
temperatures.
It's cold, yeah.
It's nice and warm. It's pink and it's cute, isn't it?
It is very cute.
Thanks. Well, no, I do worry about people out there, Jay, because I've already heard people have died from this cold, this extreme cold.
Yeah.
If they can't afford their maybe their electricity bill, they're freezing in their homes. And if I can't imagine the homeless. I know they go to the shelters, but during the day they have to go someplace. It's heartbreaking. There's so many people that need help. And I'm on the phone right now with kind of a little Santa Claus in our area. He's such a help. His name is Jamie Gaskin from United Way. And I got to tell you, he helps so many people. And I give out his cards all the time that say 211. That's a phone number. It's like 911, but it's more for your help if you do need help with groceries or with mental health or with your electrical bills and food, whatever. That 211 is a resource center to get you anywhere you need to go. You tell them what you need and they'll get you there. So, Jamie, thank you for making that possible and for the cards you gave us to hand out, because some people are afraid to ask and too proud, but if they have a card, they can take it and do it on their own. So tell us more about that, please.
Yeah, well, Stephanie, anywhere in the state of Michigan, you can call 211, whether that's on your cell phone or on your landline. And the United Ways together have set up call centers, and we have individuals to take calls to help direct people to the services they need. So it really is about talking to someone, sharing what your particular problem is, and then getting a referral at the local level where that is. And you can do that anywhere in the state of Michigan to find help. So it's just something we take a lot of pride in making sure we maintain as a group of United Ways with a lot of our partners across the state of Michigan. And in the background, there's a database of more than 25,000 resources that those certified call specialists use to help make the referrals for folks. So here in Genesee County, we actually have almost 2,000 calls a month we handle through the 211 call system to try to get people the help they need.
Wow, I had no idea it was that much. 2,000 a month. That's incredible.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, just from Genesee County. So you can imagine people from all over the state, all other communities calling in. I will tell you, the thing that we find people ask for consistently the most is help around their utility bills.
Mm-hmm.
So United Ways help coordinate, along with many other partners in the state, kind of aid to help people with their consumers' bills. And so a lot of people are calling 211 asking for that kind of help. And what 211 does is they direct them. We have one United Way in Michigan that's located in Jackson, where Consumers Headquarters is. And they kind of help people work through all their options with the consumer's bill. And that program actually has a direct line too. So, if someone out there listening might want a different number other than the 211 number, that number is 517-741-0202. And that's for the United Way that's located in Jackson, Michigan, that helps do that. So there are some options that people have when they have a consumer's problem. The biggest thing we always tell people is don't wait until you have a notice and the day before they're going to shut you off to address the problem. You want to be proactive if you're going to have a problem with your utility bills and call right away to line up the help. Because if you wait until the day that it's being turned off, sometimes you can't get that help, and then you've got a reconnection problem.
Oh, they're so expensive to reconnect. I know. Yeah. I've seen the bills. Well, I didn't get my bill last month. I think it's because they went paperless, and I didn't realize that, I guess. I didn't check my emails. But I thought, oh, my gosh, I got to pay my bill. And it was like $546. I mean, that was a huge chunk. Well, for 2 months, but still.
Oh, okay. Still, it's a lot.
Still, I don't know how people can afford that with the family of four they're trying to feed. And that's
well, what you don't want to do is get so overwhelmed by the number that you do nothing, right? Because if you proactively call, and even if you're paying a portion of that, when you get on a payment plan, and some of those payment plans, what they do is they lower your cost every month, and then at the end of so many payments, they help then make up what the difference was. So, there's a number of programs that the utilities work with to help people avoid that disconnection moment. So the biggest thing is you got a big bill. Don't get overwhelmed and just sit on it. Be really proactive and get the help you need.
Wise advice. Thank you, Jamie. Also, isn't there help for like seniors? Don't they get a discounted on their electrical bills? Isn't there some help for them as well?
So I again, without trying to, because I'm not an expert in it, you really want to call the number and talk to a specialist to see which program fits best for you. Yeah, because there are multiple different programs depending on your situation, and what you need to get signed up for.
And there are things to do too. I tell people, let the water drip just a little bit if you have an outside wall. And because those pipes can freeze when it's so cold, and open up the doors underneath your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink if it's on the outside wall. Even if it's not, it's a good idea just to get the warmth in there, because you don't want a broken pipe. I mean, you might have to spend a little bit more for the drip, but it's minimal compared to what a cost would be for a broken pipe. And
there are there's some water specific utility assistance too, and I don't have the number in front of me, but most folks are familiar with the G-Card organization. Mm-hmm. And that's the organization that kind of has access to some of those resources for water assistance. But, we're actually working right now with our legislators to try to get water affordability legislation passed to set up programs around the entire state that are similar to the programs that help with the electricity utilities. So although many of those are ideas right now, I can tell you, we know a lot of people in both rural and urban communities are seeing their water rates go up, because of long-term kind of infrastructure issues. So we're trying to address that too in a more meaningful way. But like I said, the easiest thing, if you don't remember anything, pick up the phone and call 211 and talk to one of those professional call specialists. And if all the lines are busy, there's a button you push to get a call back, right?
Oh, good.
So like every kind of thing where you might get a line that's busy because everybody's calling. if there's some disaster or emergency, you can get a call back. So don't get discouraged if you don't get pickup right away. You can choose that option to get a call back.
Oh, that's awesome to know, Jamie. You're so helpful. I know people come to you all the time, United Way, if they need bus passes, and they come to you if they need help of any way, and you're always there to help. I just don't know how you can manage to do it all.
Again, everybody needs a hand up. One of the other things you had mentioned was, folks that are cold right now, needing a warming shelter or having housing problems. And I want to make sure that we bring that up today. There's a centralized place in our community in Genesee County where you can call. It's a housing resource center. And that number is 810-600-4525. And that's kind of the local Genesee County Housing Resource Center number. So you're having any issue with housing, that's the place you want to start. They're going to have a navigator there that's going to help you find the exact issue. Because some folks are, rental assistance is an issue. Some folks maybe, they own their home and they're having trouble with payments. Some folks, all different kinds of issues with housing. You're going to want to call that number to get help. And I also wanted to mention there are warming shelters here that are available. Catholic Charities has a warming center. The Shelter of Flint, I want to really shout out to the Shelter of Flint because they expanded their capacity to serve more folks with the warming shelter this year. They kind of took their basement area, cleared it all out because we knew we were going to need extra spaces this year, given the cold and the number of people struggling. So, there's help. The important thing is that you reach out to find it.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I was going to mention Shelter of Flint. I just had dinner with Shelley Hoffman, and she's just so very happy they could do that and have room for more people in need. With the cuts, they were just so, heartbroken they couldn't help as many, but now they've found a way to do it, and Catholic Charities and the Center of Hope. But your numbers are so important. They can call there and find out more information. So thank you for the research. Thank you for taking the time to call us and let us know how we can help other people. We do so appreciate
Stephanie,
you.
What people really have to understand, our United Way board approved spending up to another couple $100,000 to support the expansion of these spaces. Oh. It costs money. It's not an inexpensive thing to be able to have a space, staff that space up safely and appropriately, make sure people can get back and forth, feed folks, especially when there's several hundred people a night that need somewhere to go. And our community really steps up with their support. And if we all do a little, that's kind of our philosophy, we can get a lot done. And I really urge people to think about what it's like right now to be cold. Tonight, I'll bring this up. Tonight is what's called the pit count. And this is a night where across the country, volunteers are going out, including here in Flint, and they're going to kind of scour the neighborhoods and count folks that are homeless. We do this every year during the cold night, so we can figure out and try to get a handle better on who's out there, what they need, how we can serve them better. They're actually moving a little van around with hot soup and some basic needs to try to find people that are kind of falling between the cracks, as housing is so expensive. And we got people that not only can't afford it, but then we've got people with addiction, mental health challenges, all kinds of things that put them in a situation where they need that hand up.
Well, I can't thank you enough for all of your help. You're so compassionate. You're so kind. And you find the resources. If you can't do it, you find somebody who can. And I know you're married to the beautiful Becky, and she works at the American Red Cross, and she goes out there right in the field there to help people. And her stories have brought me to tears. We've had her on the show as well. So you two are the power couple of Genesee County because you do so much, and I can't thank you enough.
Well, I appreciate the time to be able to share, and if there's anything else we can do, Stephanie, we want to make sure that again, this is all about don't try not to wait till the last minute if you need help. Pick up the phone, make some calls. Don't be embarrassed. If it's the first time you need help, still reach out and get it. I know it's hard, man, but we got a lot of people for the first time that find themselves, with food prices going up, that they might need a little extra. We'll help try to get them to the pantry, right? Help try and get them to find the warmth they need. We need to help people around us. And the best way we can do that is really do that with compassion and treat people with dignity and respect. And I hope people, if they need something, will take the time to reach out.
Absolutely. Well, me too. Well, your phone call is going to help make a big difference there. And we're going to post this on all the social media so people can have access to it. And I might need some more of those 2-in-1 cards. I take them and hand them out everywhere I go. And people always take them. You can tell they need them. So thank you for that. Well, all right.
No problem.
Thank you for being on. Thank you for listening. And please continue listening every week as we bring you On the Road with the MTA, Jay and Stephanie K.
That's me.
With wonderful things in the community to help you out and make your life a little bit better. Please stay safe.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.